everybody, this is Merulu, and welcome back to Let's Play the Sword of Asumi. We're on part 10, and we are making a decision as to who we are spending the night with, or something like that. Whatever, obviously, best girl Sen. Hey Sen, I was wondering, do you want to hang out tonight, just us girls? Oh, sorry Asumi, I'm busy tonight. Miss Nagai and I have things to go over. What could that mean? Oh, well, Keiji or Hikari? Keiji, I guess. Keiji, how would you like to spend some time together? Keiji glances at Sen. I believe I'm already spoken for this evening. Go ahead, Keiji. Come on, it'll be fun. Alright, the park at 9? Sounds great, I'll see you then. She spins and heads back to her dorm, filled with confidence. She'll earn this man's trust one way or another. He should be here by now. Already 10 minutes late herself. Asumi thought she'd find Keiji already waiting for her, yet it seems she's the one waiting. If I weren't a trade fighter, I'd be a little creeped out all alone here. I mean, it's pretty dark, and the campus is way off, if someone were to be hiding out here. But who would do such a thing? Ah! Keiji, you jerk! She punches him on the shoulder with anger, which makes him laugh. I forgot how feisty you are. Asumi just grumbles, which makes Keiji laugh again. I bought some wine. I thought you didn't drink. Which is why it's non-alcoholic. Keiji just shakes his head and takes a large swig from the bottle. Asumi smirks herself. She's a good liar after all. The wine isn't non-alcoholic. You want some? Maybe later. He shrugs and takes another large gulp, but the bottle is already gone. So, how have you been? We haven't talked in a while. Things have been busy with this presidential squad. The new principal is... He stops and glances at Asumi, giving us lots of work to do. That must be stressful. It is. I mean, I get enough pressure as it is with that old bag breathing down my neck. You think I like running around doing whatever the little princess wants? No, but I do it because it's my duty. Man, this stuff is really good. He takes another huge gulp and wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. Asumi tries not to smirk as she attempts to put on her best sympathetic expression. You work so hard, people should appreciate you more. I get all the flack with that spoiled little girl gets the glory at the end of the day. It's not fair, I tell you what. Want? I tell you want. He makes a large gesture with the bottle, which is now mostly empty. Asumi takes the bottle and sets it down. But you appreciate me, don't you? I see how you look at me. He strokes her cheek. His charming smile is almost dazzling, but Asumi can see right through it. Call him out, lay it on thick and mention Sen. I think I'm gonna mention Sen. Oh, Keiji, you see into my very soul. You see into my very soul. You see into my very soul, but I see how often you're with Sen. You must be dating her. Keiji snorts. Dating? No way. I'm more like her slave. Her slave? Always ordering me around. Keiji, go talk to Asumi. Keiji, go home for break. Keiji, talk to the principal. Go home for break? That's right. He wasn't at school during the attacks. Could that mean... Asumi suddenly feels ill. Listen, Keiji, I'm not feeling very well. I'm going back to my room, okay? I'm going to go back to my room. Can I come? He raises an eyebrow suggestively, which disgusts Asumi. I think it would be a good idea if you slept this off on your own. She stands and leaves him sitting there dumbfounded. As she crosses the park alone, she's filled with thoughts. Clearly, Keiji is highly suspicious, maybe even her number one priority. Looks like she uncovered something after all. Okay. This is the last day of the induction period. Whatever happens at the end of the week, I probably won't be around anymore. Kami mentioned I would have to leave before the induction ends. I've seen a lot of things, but ultimately I need something so I can end this. Classes aren't important. It's time to visit Mr. Konishi's house. Perhaps I can get to the bottom of this. I need to find out what he knows. His information could be vital to finding Raven. Asumi, who are you talking to? My cousin, on the phone. Oh, tell her I say hi. Anyway, let's go to the pool party going on this afternoon. It might be our last chance since the weather has gotten a little colder lately. Oh, well, actually I have plans today. Good thing it's in the afternoon then. I won't take no for an answer. Alright, later it is then. Good, see you then. Asumi paces back and forth, going over the plan in her head. Okay, I knock on the door, I pretend I'm writing a tribute to Mr. Konishi. If I act sympathetic enough, maybe his wife will let me in to look through his belongings. Right, I'd better go before it gets too late. Asumi feels genuinely nervous as she raises a hand to knock on the door. Why? She killed and infiltrated houses plenty of times. Why is this simple task so different? Hello? Oh, you're not one of his girls, are you? The woman sniffs and casts her eyes to the floor. No, ma'am, I'm writing a tribute to your husband, and I'm wondering if I could come inside. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not supposed to talk to anything related to the incident. She looks so exhausted and hollow, like she's lost the fuel for her life. Why aren't you supposed to talk about it? I've been forbidden, that's all. By who? I don't know. The same person who did all those horrible things to my poor Nobuo. Show sympathy for the woman, revealed the truth to the woman. Hard truth. No sympathy. Mrs. Konishi, your husband did some bad things with a lot of the first-year girls at school. You really think I'm not aware of that? The woman takes a shaky breath as if to steady her heartbeat and continues. I knew about it, of course. My duty was to my husband, so I kept silent. But someone, a student, found out and had pictures to prove it. They had pictures? The woman nods and runs a shaking hand through her hair. Asumi feels a pang of guilt over what she's done to this poor woman. Whoever the student was blackmailed Nobuo, threatened to publish the pictures if he didn't cooperate. So he did whatever this person said. He never actually met the blackmailer, you see. They communicated in writing. The student had unlimited access to all school records. Nobuo also had to allow the slow infiltration of that horrible group into the school. You mean Orochi? Mr. Konishi shudders, wrapping her arms around herself. It was either that or be ruined, though I guess in the end it didn't matter after all. Her eyes fill with tears and she presses a hand to her mouth, stifling a sob. I'm sorry I had to bring these memories up for you, Mrs. Konishi. I've already said too much. If they found out, I'm sorry, but you must go now. But wait, Goodbye. Goodbye! Slams the door into Asumi's face. And then she can hear a muffled sob on the other side. She turns slowly and crosses the lawn, deep in thought. So Raven is a student. At least that is confirmed now. It definitely seems like it's a presidential squad member, I think. Not Sen. How else would they have the influence to get those photos? To have that kind of sway over the principal or on a student to be with him while being recorded? And if they could control Mr. Konishi that fully, will they attempt the same on Miss Nagai? I'd better keep an eye on her from now on. I'd better keep an eye on her from here on out. I'll start observing her to make sure she's safe. This is all going to come to a head soon. I can feel it. See, aren't you glad I dragged your mopey butt out here? It's pretty refreshing. Hey, a couple of fine water nymphs. Oh no, not you again. Get lost before I put you in a chokehold. I was just leaving. Good idea, buddy. I'll get us some drinks, okay? As Kaori crosses the deck, Asumi sees Keiji whispering to a group of first years. His dazzling smile has been cranked into full wattage, and Asumi can tell his charm is working its magic. What are they talking about? Asumi tries to edge closer to the conversation, but a gaggle of giggling, bikini-clad girls gets between her and her target. Defeated, she sighs and glances around. In addition to Kaori, she sees Hikari, Utsuro, and Mineko, each milling about in a different location. Wait for Kaori, approach Hikari, Utsuro, Mineko. I guess, whatever. I'll just pick... I haven't really done much with Mineko, so let's go with Mineko. Mineko lounges on a deck chair, reading a magazine. Asumi takes a seat next to her. You know you're supposed to swim at a pool party, right? I feel better just to relax at the side, to be honest. Mineko blushes and lowers her eyes. Suddenly, Asumi notices a large group of people leaving. Oh, looks like the party is over already. Well, the sun is setting after all. I suppose. I guess I'll see you soon, okay? You can count on it, I hope. Mineko nods and Asumi makes her way back to Kaori. Kaori waves Asumi over to her. She's holding two drinks. Why are some people starting to leave? Not sure. Maybe it's just because it's starting to get dark. You weren't too bored while I was gone, were you? I was anxiously waiting your return. I'm glad we could do this together. Though it does seem we arrived too late, as most are starting to leave already. I had noticed that also. But there's no reason we have to leave. I, for one, would like a swim. Shall we? I think I will leave for the day. Screw you, Kaori. I think I feel too tired, to be honest. Can we head back to... Oh, I suppose. At least we got to hang out for a little while. They head back to the dorm together. It seems like I should be more tired, but I guess not really much has happened. At least the lessons are over now, but I have a feeling this weekend will be the end. It's time to make a decision. With all the things I've heard about Miss Nagai, and the things that went on about Mr. Konishi and Orochi, I really should keep an eye on Miss Nagai. Maybe I should check up on her tonight. I have a feeling she works even later than Mr. Konishi did. Maybe I'll even find her in her office. With new conviction and a burst of energy, Asumi dons her cloak and begins the trek to her main office. Was I mistaken about her work ethic? As Asumi quietly opens the door and slips into the office, she stops short. What's all this? A bookshelf is knocked over, its contents strewn all over the floor. The principal's chair lies on its side next to the desk, which has been knocked askew. Asumi opens the desk drawer to find it completely empty. All the records are gone, and it looks like there was a struggle here. Oh! She bends and picks up a single shoe. It's a woman's shoe. It must be her. She's in trouble. I have to find out where they took her. Search the floor, look out the window. I think I'd look out the window, searching the floor... Well, I don't know. Look out the window. It's so dark, I can't see a thing, not a trace of her at all. Maybe I should look for clues in here. Asumi drops to her hands and knees and searches the floor. Okay. Well, if you're gonna just search the floor anyway, why would you give me the choice? I don't see anything useful. Hey, what's this? A single muddy streak stains the floor tile? Mud. The park. She leaps up and races off. How am I ever gonna find where she went? Okay, come on, Asumi, you can do this. I'll have to check the most likely places. The boathouse. Yes. Asumi makes a mad dash for the boathouse and tries the door. It's locked. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I have to get in there. I have to get this door open, but how? Kick the door in. Pick the lock? I guess if I can pick the lock, why wouldn't I pick the lock? Asumi takes a deep breath and removes the bobby pin from her hair. She carefully inserts it into the lock. I've done this hundreds of times as an assassin. It just takes time and steady hands. Come on, almost there. Yes, got it. The lock clicks open. Asumi wrenches the door and steps inside. Scuffle, scuffle. Shadowy figure. Ah, who are you? Everyone run! My, this looks unpleasant. Have you come to threaten me as well? Quite the opposite. She takes her blade and slices through the restraints. Miss Nagai stands and rubs her wrists. A black eye is forming on her face. Did they rough you up too much? Not as much as you'd think. I believe they were trying to scare me more than anything. Why? I haven't been very cooperative with the agreement our former principal had with some groups. These students evidently didn't like that. Students? Are there more? 2 others. The leader, I think, left before you arrived. Do you know who these people are? Miss Nagai nudges the body with her toe. I know they're students. This is the first year, I think. The other 2, I am not sure. They, like you, remain cloaked. Sometimes the grammar makes this difficult to read. I mean, I realize a lot of it is just my mumbling, but... Do you know who that person might be? Someone in the presidential squad, no doubt. But no, I don't know who specifically. Do you remember anything about the other 2? Only that the leader was a man. He gave a single order before they left. I intend to find out who they were. I wonder, could you escort me back to my house? I don't feel particularly safe on my own tonight. Of course. She takes Miss Nagai by the arm and leads her over the body outside, happy to have gotten there in time to save the one person she now knows is on her side. Everything seems to be coming back to the presidential squad. Tomorrow is it. I must make the decision and follow it through, whatever the consequences. Alone in her room, Asumi clutches the dagger and paces from window to the door and back again. As expected, after yesterday and Miss Nagai, I got a message from Kami, whatever. Kami is like God, I think. God. The council thinks the bombing will happen this week. I'm out of time. I need to make a decision right here and now. Today I'm going to find Raven and the orgy members and kill them, but I still don't know who. I do know it's a member of the presidential squad and maybe a man, though. But is it just Raven or is the whole group of rebels in the school? Is the whole presidential squad composed of rebels? Are those prefects in on it too? Could someone I care for be one of them? Just using me as a pawn for Orochi? There's no way to know for sure, but the only way to stop the bombings for sure is to confront and kill Raven. But first I should talk to someone important to me. I can't talk to Sen. Whatever, I guess I'll talk to Keiji. He's like the only one that I really kind of stuck with this entire time. Keiji, he is strange, but something about him. I better talk to him before it's too late. With a quick nod to herself, she races out the door. Asumi finally finds Keiji in the park of all places. He leans against a tree with his eyes closed, seemingly sleeping. With shaking hands, Asumi takes a deep breath and approaches. Keiji opens... She just walks up to him in her cloak? That doesn't seem suspicious at all. Keiji opens his eyes and raises an eyebrow. Asumi, what are you doing here? There's something I need to tell you, just in case something happens. Keiji frowns a little, grunting as he stands. Go on. I'm not who you think I am. I'm an assassin. I'm on a mission for the Justicars to find and kill the Orochi leader known as Raven. My cover as a student is all fake. I'm only here to discover the truth about Raven's identity. Keiji's face darkens. I see. Please don't turn away yet. I had to tell you, despite everything in my mission, I have fallen for you. I mean, I love you. Oh, Asumi, come here. The two embrace and Asumi feels tears in her eyes and happiness she hasn't felt before. Suddenly, the happiness turns to pain as Asumi feels a sharp stab in her chest. Thanks for telling me, kiddo. You almost slipped through my fingers. I really didn't think you were this big of a threat. Oh, no! No. Asumi feels Keiji pull his dagger away from her chest and she sinks to her knees, her strength giving out. But luckily, you're stupid enough to trust me and fall for me too. Guess my old charms worked after all. Anyway, I'll make this quick. Later, kid. Holy shit. And without hesitation, Keiji's dagger slides across her throat with the skill of a trained killer. Wow. You should always go for the kill when fighting to the death. An assassin should know better. One mistake is all it takes. I am sorry. I regret your death. Goodbye. Oh no! As the pain in Asumi's body overwhelms her, she feels the blade come free as she falls into darkness. Never to be a Justicar, only to die alone. Why do I always have the worst endings in these visual novels? Oh my goodness! I could not have had a worse ending, I think. Oh no! I didn't think that was like my final confession. I thought it was like, oh, you just want to go see someone before the end. Bad End 2. Mercy is for the weak. Mercy. Thanks for playing. Wow. That's, most unfortunate. There's voice actors? I didn't hear any voices. Dreamers, main theme. Well, that was, I enjoyed the game, really. I thought it was well done. The art was not, like, the best I've ever seen, but it wasn't terrible by any means. I thought it was cute at most points, and I really liked, you know, like, the cat costume was really awesome, and, anyway, I guess I'll say thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my channel for other videos that I've done. If you want to see the good ending for this, you're welcome to leave a comment and tell me to do so. Otherwise, I will just leave this be. So, yeah, leave a comment in the comments below. I'll make sure to reply to you, and we'll see you in the next game. Bye!